Life should be better and richer and fuller for everyone, with opportunity for each according to ability or achievement. Adam Truslow, coiner of the American Dream. So what does Cuenca, Ecuador have to do with the American Dream? Short answer, everything really associated with quality of life is more abundantly available in the very best cities of Latin America, with Cuenca, Ecuador a crown jewel among them, than in metro and suburban USA. Learn how Cuenca compares to other places in the tropics. Click here to get access to the free report. Basically, it comes down to the joy of life ratio. You figure out the ratio by determining how many minutes out of every waking hour in a typical day are spent doing what you love, or at least deeply enjoy, amid beautiful and pleasant surroundings, in frustration-free and friendly environments, enhanced by beautiful weather, versus how many minutes are spent doing stuff you hate, or don't want to do, amidst clangorous, urban ugliness and/or soul-sucking suburban blandness. In an overbusy and time-crunched and grouchy atmosphere, made worse by inclement weather, sure, the U.S. has plenty of opportunity to pursue your passion, more than its share of beautiful cityscapes, and no small amount of lovely weather. But, and this is a giant but, the communities with the best mix of those things are now priced out of reach for most Americans. And even staying afloat in a simply nice city can start to take up all of your time and energy in order to pay the bills and have enough left over for a few evenings out, leaving many Americans to wonder if there isn't a better option out there somewhere. Many of them are now finding that better option in the best cities of Latin America, with Cuenca, Ecuador chief among them. That's where they find much higher joy of life ratios at prices the average American can thrive in. Of course, which Latin American city and country offers you the best joy of life ratio depends on what your passions are. If your passions are sailing, surfing and scuba diving, Cuenca won't be for you. What you particularly find the most beautiful and pleasant, and what your priorities are in terms of amenities, city life versus country life, and so on. Cuenca, Ecuador is the city of choice for those people who dream of living smack in the middle of Paris, Barcelona, or Siena, or even Manhattan or San Francisco, for that matter, within walking distance of historical, beautiful architecture, culture, and food, at a price that's affordable for someone needing more living space than a studio apartment. In fact, when Ecuadorians live overseas, whether in the US or Europe, they typically return to Cuenca, Ecuador and purchase real estate. Regardless of where they grew up in Ecuador, when they come back, they tend to settle in the city of Cuenca. And this is for a mix of reasons, which I'll call the big three pros of Cuenca, Ecuador. 1. Cuenca's old-world character and ideal climate. When more and more American cities and suburbs look like they were designed at corporate, Cuenca looks like something out of Europe, with its gorgeous architecture, historic buildings, scenic public squares and parks, and tons of authentic character. Just look at these pictures. And for nature lovers, Cuenca sits at the crossroads, so to speak, of four major rivers and is surrounded by mountains, as it lies on the Andes mountain range. Most state parks are less beautiful than the city's average walking trail. And outdoor beauty is important because the weather will make you want to be outside, with year-round temperatures averaging in the mid-70s Fahrenheit, getting just cool enough in the evenings for a light sweater or jacket. And all this in a city of only 500,000 people, about 100,000 people smaller than Portland, Oregon. See a nice drone video of Cuenca despite the hilarious music. As mentioned earlier, many Ecuadorians who have spent some time working, studying or living in the U.S. settle back in Cuenca when they come back to Ecuador. That means the people in Cuenca like and are welcoming of Americans and happy to help make them part of the community. Many are fluent in English, and the city has plenty of English-language bookstores, store owners, and people willing to accommodate non-Spanish-speaking travelers and expats. Overall, Cuenca has a very metropolitan feel, alive with talents, dollars, and taste for life that these well-traveled and well-educated Ecuadorians and expats bring to it. Think of Cuenca as a combination of hip arts community, free symphonies, a mecca for painters and sculptors, and artisans, college town, no less than 8 universities, and Tom Sawyer-esque hometown, very family-oriented with excellent schools, community involvement, safe environment. Now think of all that rolled into a place that's very reasonable and affordable to live. For around $150,000 to $200,000 USD, you can get a home within an easy walk of the city's historic district, or centro, and be able to enjoy the city in a way that's simply impossible with a U.S. city when you're forced into a suburb some 30 to 60 minutes away from the heart of downtown. Think of it like living near downtown Austin, or the Garden District of New Orleans, or near the Santa Monica Pier, except at a price you can afford and without most of the hassles that come with living in a major metropolitan area. Simply put, life is simpler and more enjoyable when you can walk everywhere you need to go, and the walk is as beautiful and pleasant as one enjoys when strolling through historic Cuenca. Click to learn more about real estate, cost of living, healthcare, first-rate city, and active nightlife, first-rate restaurants, shopping malls, if you want them, luxury boutiques, readily available high-speed internet access, and ease of travel, with an airport offering easy travel. Low cost of living coupled with excellent schools, food, and